Okay, today is the first Monday of the second week of Ordinary Time. It's the Dogwood Chronicles. First reading, Hebrews chapter 5, verses 1 to 10. We hear about priests offering sacrifice and, don't jump up there, priests offering sacrifice and how they don't choose themselves, they're chosen by God. God chooses them. God chooses all our vocations. Whether we follow that is another story. But God chooses those to be priests. It says, like in Aaron, dog, slow down. Slow down. This is where you knocked me down last time, or one time. Anyway, and then we hear that Jesus came, and we heard that God said, "This is my begotten Son," and that Jesus is a priest in the order of Melchizedek. So Jesus was also chosen by God. And then Jesus made prayers and supplications during his life, and ultimately he made the great sacrifice, which is what priests do. They pray for us and they sacrifice for us and become a intercessor between us and God. And Jesus made sacrifice of his own life, ultimately. And so we hear that in Hebrews. We hear about a priest in the order, in the line of Melchizedek, in the Psalm 110. And then in Mark 2, that's a big piece. Mark 2, chapter 2, verses 12 to 18, I believe, we hear about, I guess it's the Pharisees saying, or someone says that the Pharisees and John the Baptist's disciples fast, but Jesus' disciples don't fast, they feast. And Jesus responds to how can the guests fast at the wedding? Which they should understand, but they probably don't. He says they will fast, don't worry. There'll come a time when the bridegroom leaves them and they will fast. And we know what that is when Jesus gets crucified. So, Jesus is, again, that sacrifice. And so he says they can't fast now. That's ridiculous. Then he talks about wineskins and cloth. You don't try to attach old cloth to new cloth because it'll come apart. Worse than before, you don't put new wine in old wineskin because it'll pop open and you lose the wine and the skin. Which is things we may not make much sense to us here, since most of us don't. So new cloth to old stuff. But anyway, that's your readings for today. And it's a pretty nice day here in the Dogwood Chronicles. There's the three boxwoods we got out here that just kind of, someone was getting rid of them and I stuck them in the ground, and they're not very well trimmed, but they're alive. Every time I think of hyssop, I think of boxwood branch. I don't know if they look similar, but that's what it comes to my mind, is a branch of a boxwood. Like if you took this piece here and put some wine on the end, I don't know. Anyway, so it's good to fast. I wouldn't actually know, because I'll be honest, there's a lot of things that the church teaches, and I haven't figured out every one of them yet. We're all at a different place in our journey, in our faith walk or whatever. So, if you want to fast, look into it. I know that it's good, and I should do it, and maybe some point I will.